Good afternoon, students, and welcome back for the video class of political science. So previously we started with the fourth unit, that is Constitution and Government. And previous video was seen about different types of constitutions. So in that we see written constitution, unwritten constitution, and again two types of that: rigid constitution and flexible constitution. We see the definition, meaning, and features also. So written constitution, where we get all the form in a written way. Written constitution every documents or rules and regulations burning from the bottle, whereas unwritten constitution you will get everything in oral form. And most of the unwritten constitutions are based on customs, traditions, public uses. Okay, so on this. Then we see rigid constitution and flexible. Rigid means where it is very difficult to change it. Frequently you can't change constitution, that is called as a rigid constitution. And whereas flexible constitution, where you can make easily changes. Okay, and frequently changes we can make in a flexible constitution. So ee tara bere differences nodidhivi: written constitution, unwritten constitution, rigid constitution, flexible constitution. So after studying this all the constitutions, there might be you are having a question, what kind of constitution we should have, or which is a basic constitution. So for that, some of the points are given here. Yav tara constitution irbeku, written irbeku, in unwritten irbeku, rigid irbeku, in flexible irbeku. So ಆ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸಂಭ್ರಮ ಅವಸ್ಥಾದಾಗ ನಮ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್, which are the essentials for an ideal constitution, how we can make an ideal constitution which may consist of all the things, which is like a complete package which provides you each and everything. So for that ideal constitution we are looking for, and we will see now what point comes in ideal constitution. ಯಾವ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಣ. So the first point is aims and objectives. So this is the point. So every constitution should make clear itself what are its aims and objectives, what things are going to be adopted in that constitution. So when you look at the first page of the constitution, that is called as a preamble. So the preamble may give you in detail about the aims and objectives of that constitution. So Indian constitution also, it has a preamble. And the Mukha Patrike illade Pratika Patrike now anteva, first page of the constitution. So that we are going to see. Even furtherly, just a minute. So which consists of one page where we can have all the points. So in 5th unit we will study in detail about the preamble. So you can see here the constitution, which is going to be started with the people of India having solemnly resolved to the constitution India into the socialist, secular, democratic republic. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್, ಯಾವ ತರ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಲಿಬರ್ಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ, ಫ್ರಾಟರ್ನಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಏಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್. ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, these are going to be very clear. It should be clear. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೊಂಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಆ ಹಾದಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಹಾದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಪಾತ್. On that the whole constitution, whole state is going to be governed, whole state is going to run its administration, and these aims and objectives are contained in the preamble. Indeed. Preamble. So preamble, which consists of aims and objectives of the state in our constitution. So this is the first point. Second point, clarity and precision. Clarity and precision. Clarity and precision. That is like clear. How? If you see the water, निर्णय ನೋಡಿದರೆ ನೀರೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಇದ್ರೆ ತಳಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆನ್ಸಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಅದರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆನ್ಸಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಬಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆದ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎರಡು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. Okay, so it should be clarity and precision of an ideal constitution is a very important characteristics. So principles and different things, laws, principles, what we are going to follow, it should be clear. Principles of the constitution should be clear. It should not be unclear. Nange ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಆ ತರ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. It is like say what constitution is there, what rules and regulation has been written, it should give clear meaning. ಯಾರು ಓದಿ ಯಾರು ಅರ್ಥ ತೆಗಿಲಿ, ಆ ಅರ್ಥ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಸೇಮ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ, ನೀವೊಂದು ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೋತೀರೋ. ನೋ, ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್, ಆರ್ ಸಮನ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್. Meaning should be clear and it should not be a precision. It should not be ambiguous. Ambiguous ಅಂದ್ರೆ unclear. ಆ ತರ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. That is a second characteristic of the ideal constitution. Third one is comprehensive and brief. So what is comprehensive? Comprehensive and brief. It comes like a bit odd. Comprehensive ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಇನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಅವು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Powers and functions of government. Here it should be in detail. Detail ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ವಿವರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. So the constitution should have comprehensive powers and functions of the government. It should be in detail, but sometimes few points are there which has to be elaborated. ವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಅವು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ, ಅವು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ, ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತವಾಗಿ. ಆ ವಿಷಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ತಿಳಿಸೋಕೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಬ್ರೀಫ್, which is not going to make some complications. Some points to be explained in short. These points should be explained in short. ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ವಿವರಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಡೀಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಗೊಂದಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ. So where it is required, the information should be in detail, and where it is required, the information should be short. Comprehensive and detail, brief and short. These things keep in mind. Okay? So this is the third point. Fourth point is about the structure of the state. Structure of the state. ಈಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರಚನೆ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು. So different types of governments we can see here. It may be unitary government or federal government. There governments ಬರ್ತಾವೆ. Types of government: unitary government, federal government, democratic government, dictatorship is there, monarchy is there. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಾಗ ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. USA ದಾಗ ಫೆಡರಲ್ ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. UK ದಾಗ ಯುನಿಟರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್, ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದೆ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ರಾಜ್ಯನೂ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. Okay, at local level also we have administration. So that comes in the federal, whereas only one government, central government, look after the whole country. ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವ ದೇಶದಾಗ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ದೇಶ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೂನಿಟರಿ. ಯುನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್. Unitary government, which is going to be seen in the UK. UK is the best example for unitary government. So there are the two houses in United Kingdom. One is the House of Lords and House of Commons. You hear background. House of Lords and House of Commons. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎರಡು ಸಭಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ and second one is Rajya Sabha. So Lok Sabha is the lower house, okay, and Rajya Sabha is the upper house. As like same here, House of Lords is the upper house, whereas House of Commons is the lower house. So House of Lords, House of Commons, these are the two houses of United Kingdom's Parliament, and where this UK is following unitary government. And for federal government, we can give best example, that is USA, United States of America. It also consists of two houses. So which are those? One is the Senate, House of Senate, which is called as the upper house, and second one is House of Representatives. House of Representative. So Senate is the upper house, whereas Representative is the lower house. So for example, just keep in mind structure of the state, whether it is unitary or federal. If it is unitary like the United Kingdom, and if it is federal like the USA, India has adopted federal system also. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಾಗ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ರಾಜ್ಯನೂ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ as like same we can follow US federal government. So this is the fourth point. Fifth point we can see that is form of government. Form of government. Now here, whether it is presidential or parliamentary. form of government. Parliamentary or presidential. You can see both same example. You can see that UK and USA. So parliamentary system, it is there in the UK. Parliamentary system, it is there in the UK, whereas presidential system is there in the USA. Even India. Parliamentary system we follow. ಸಂಸತ್ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ನಾವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ US ದಾಗ. Okay, so this form of government should be very clear whether you are going to follow parliamentary system or presidential. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. then only it is called as a proper thing. Further point we can see here now. The sixth point, that is organs of government. So previously we seen about the organs of government. So there are the three organs of the central government as well as state government also. So can you repeat or can you recall those? So there are the three organs. One, legislature, which frame law. Second, executive. Students, once again we will see about the six point organs of the government. So which consist of 3 points: legislature frames law, executive enacts law, and judiciary interprets law. So power and functions of this legislature, executive, and judiciary should be mentioned clearly in the constitution. That is very important part of the ideal constitution. So all organs made clear in detail, it should be written in our constitution. So that is the 6th point. 7th point you can see here, fundamental rights. A 4th part of our Indian constitution where we have mentioned or we can come to know about the fundamental rights. So there are 6 fundamental rights at presented which have been mentioned and which have been guaranteed by our constitution. Earlier there were the seven fundamental rights, but right to property has been cancelled. So at present there are the 6 fundamental rights, so that we can see. Yeah. Right to equality, right to liberty, right against exploitation, right to religion, right to educational and cultural, and right against constitutional remedies. Okay, so these are the 6 fundamental rights which have been guaranteed in our constitution. About that we will study in detail in the next unit. Next point, methods of amendment. Amendment means making changes in rules and regulation. Okay, tiddupadi. Whatever we are making laws, those laws should be made or those should be changed as per the needs of people. Because sometime after some years the situation won't change. And as per that situation, people demand few rules and regulations. Those rules and regulations should be made changes, and that is very important one. So here we can see, while making changes, there are the two states or two laws we can see. One is constitutional law, which is made by the Constituent Assembly, and if you want to change it, if you want to make some amendment, then there is a special procedure for it. So what exactly the special procedure? So which consists of 5 steps. Earlier I have told about those 5 steps. Once again I will let you know today. So the first step is first reading, then second reading, then it comes about the committee stage. Committee stage, then afterwards report stage. Report stage and third reading. So these are the 5 steps which comes in one house. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಬಿಲ್ ಲೋಕಸಭಾದಾಗ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ತರ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಆ ಲಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿವರಣೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿವರಣೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ವಿಷಯ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಮಿಟಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಐತಿ, ಯಾವ ಕಮಿಟಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಐತಿ ಆ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ದೆನ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್. ಆ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ತರ ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಆದ ನಂತರ ಫೈನಲ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್, second reading, committee stage, report stage and third reading, it will be same in the next house, that is the Rajya Sabha. Then it goes for president. So ee tara one special procedure aagbittadi when you are going to make changes in a constitutional law which is made by the Constituent Assembly. But in ordinary law it doesn't require, because ordinary laws are made by the Parliament. Which representative we have chosen? Those elected representative makes laws, and those laws are called as an ordinary law, which are used for day-to-day administration. There it doesn't require this special procedure. Only by the normal votings that decisions can be taken for that ordinary law. So that comes in the methods of amendment. Special procedure somewhere needed, and somewhere needed it's a normal one. So one of the person has told about the methods of amendment. So what Edmund Burke, what he has told about the amendment of this constitution. So just listen it. A constitution which does not provide for amendments do not provide for its preservation. ಯಾವ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅದ, ಯಾವುದೋ ನಾವು ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಉಳಿಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Best example, or just one example I will let you know. In 6th century, the two religions took birth, Jainism and Buddhism. So you can observe that Jainism remained only limited in India. It not propagated over the world, but Buddhism was propagated over the world. Because the reason is about the preservation. Whatever the terms and conditions, rituals, traditions of the Jainism are very strict. Most of the people can't follow each and every tradition, rituals and their conditions. So it was remain limited. But Buddhism, there are no certain such rules and regulations or traditions which made the conservation or which made many restrictions. So Buddhism spread and Jainism remained only in India. So if you are not going to change, if you are not going to make a changes in constitution, your constitution will not remain longer. So there should be a changes as per the needs of people, and that makes a flexible one. And the last point is essential of independent judiciary. Independence of judiciary. 9. Indian judiciary, what we can see, legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature frames law, executive enacts law, whereas judiciary interprets law. And these two legislature and executive, these are both connected, interconnected or interdependent, but judiciary is not dependent on any one of the organ. Judiciary is completely independent. Neither legislature nor executive control the judiciary. Judiciary is completely independent, and that is the main characteristic or essential for our ideal constitution. Okay, independence of judiciary. So students, in brief, this is about the essential. If the question comes for 5 marks, minimum 5 points, you have to explain. If question comes for 10 marks, minimum 7 points you have to explain by this 9. So aims and objectives, clarity and precision, comprehensive and brief, structure of the state, forms of government, then organs of government, fundamental rights, methods of amendment, and independence of judiciary. These all the points tells us about an ideal constitution. Okay. So this is enough for today's class. We start next class with a new topic, and thank you for being up to the end of the video. Have a good day.